made it to the semi-finals in London by defeating Wesley So in what was a very close match at the end. Hikaru, how are you feeling after that roller coaster?
Yeah, I mean, it was a very interesting match. Obviously, it was very intense. There were quite a few critical moments in this match, but ultimately I prevailed. So I'm happy to win. Not really happy with the way I got there, but that's life.
You mentioned you weren't so happy with what was going on in your mind when Wesley was fighting back and fighting so hard.
Well, I mean, the first thing, in all fairness to Wesley, is that when I was up 4 points, and I got this Bishop and Knight time scramble. I mean, I should have won that. With the trend of the match, the way it was going, if I win that game, it would have been a complete blowout, which, and in all honesty, is probably how it should have been. But for the fans, it was better that didn't happen. And then I tilted very badly the next game. And for some reason, I just couldn't really find the rhythm. And Wesley really started turning up the heat. Basically, after I lost those 2 games in a row to get to where it was +2, that's when I kind of never really felt very secure in the match after that point. So, I would also add that unlike past years, I think I still am pretty good in the bullet portion, but I don't think I'm as good as I once was. So that probably didn't help matters. Normally, I feel like if I get to bullet and I'm not down, I'll just win the match. But Wesley played very well after that. And I think he was feeling momentum, feeling very inspired. Unfortunately, I was able to win that game right before the end. And I mean, even this last one was really, really bad by me. I think unfortunately, chess is it's a different game than it used to be. I used to always play this knight f3 b3 stuff at work. Now everybody's super booked up, and you have to have a lot more variety. But I think it was a good wake up call that trying to play random openings and not prepare a la Dubov is probably not a very smart idea.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, right? And Hikaru, we heard you in an interview just a few moments ago saying that, of course, if you didn't make it to London, you've got other stuff going on, the candidates, the birth of your child. Now that you have made it, how do you feel about that?
Well, good news. When I did the interview a couple of days ago, I thought that was the only event. But in fact, I'm actually very happy to be going to London because right after London, there's a freestyle event in Germany. So I'll play the SEC in London, and I'll go from London to Germany for that event right away. So what I said 2 days ago was true at the time, but now I can play that event, and I'll just skip anything else in like March. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm actually really excited. Whereas 3 days ago I was not excited when I did the interview, but now with the chance to play both London and freestyle back to back, it's very good. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably going to have a matchup where I actually will need to do serious preparation against Ali Reza. I'd be honestly shocked if I'm not playing him in the semifinals. But nonetheless, it's good to be there.
So you think he's a big favorite in his quarterfinal?
I mean, I feel like Ali Reza these days is, I mean, in my view at least, is probably the best bullet player in the world. I don't really think there's, at least in my mind, I think I can still compete, but I think he's probably the best bullet player. I struggle to see Nepo keeping up with Ali Reza. I mean, Nepo is also getting older. Ali Reza, he's getting older in a sense, but he's still extremely young. So it's really, really hard for me to see any world where Nepo wins, unless Nepo is able to dominate, say, the 5+1 portion. If Nepo can do that, he has a chance. But I would say that the odds of Ali Reza winning are, I mean, probably like 90%.
Wow, no, fair enough. He's a very, very quick player. And also, you touched upon the prospect of candidates now. It's on the horizon. What's your preparation going to look like ahead of that? I guess London and freestyle will be good prep, but what else do you have planned?
Yeah, so just looking at the schedule of when the candidates is a little bit earlier than I would have liked. I would have preferred it to be more like starting in the middle of April, like it has in years past. But I was actually not sure what I was going to play because I did intend to play one tournament before the candidates. But with freestyle, it makes it very easy. So I will be, if the schedule works out, I'll be going to India for the Global Chess League. In about 3.5 weeks, schedule permitting, or life permitting, I should say. If I can, I'll play there, and then I'll play the SEC in London, and then I'll play freestyle in Germany, and that'll be it until I play the candidates in Cyprus. So I will be preparing quite hard. I've actually already started getting ready ever since the final game in Washington about a week ago.
Nice. I think the whole world is already looking forward to the candidates next year. And Hikaru, just before I let you go, we have a couple of quick questions from our chat. And NA Systems, MTG, says or asks, lots of games where you were down a pawn with white. Was it due to kind of shaky opening choices, or was Wesley just well prepared?
Well, I mean, it's I don't want to. It's a tough question to answer. I think what I would say is that for me, I feel like I can show up and it's good enough. And in reality, it probably isn't good enough. I was very lucky to survive the white games. In a bigger tournament like the Candidates, of course, I'll play real openings. I won't play this, C3, Bishop D3 garbage. I was kind of hoping that I would get away with it. I think like the first game or two I did, and then Wesley just started punishing me every game. And I didn't really have a backup plan, honestly. So I kind of just started playing Knight 3, E3, B3 stuff. That was my way of getting away from playing like a proper open Sicilian or a Rossalimo. But it's something where I came in with a very basic strategy, and it wasn't good. And I think that's kind of why it's very hard to. It's really a good example of why it's hard to play chess, classical, rapid, whatever it is, if you're not well prepared, because everybody knows what to do against all sorts of different openings. So it's more that I didn't do preparation, and I got punished. I mean, I know I won the match, but I got punished out of the opening in most of these games, especially with white. And it's a good reminder that you can't just show up and play.
Yeah, it's very relatable these days. Whenever I play classical, I'm trying the same thing, but with mixed results.
The other thing that's very weird is I don't know if they played parts of the interview from the other day, but like I really like playing 5-1. Like 5-1 is my favorite time control now by a big margin, because I really like thinking. I really like trying to play good moves. And you probably noticed in the 5-1, I usually had good positions, at least with black, but I was down like 2 minutes on the clock every game. And at 3+1, I started moving a lot quicker, and the flow wasn't there in the same kind of way. So I actually really like 5+1 the most. And like if the whole event were 5+1, I'd be happier with that than 3-1 or 1-1, because I like thinking. Unfortunately, I really like thinking these days.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because Wesley said the exact same thing. He said his results were better at 3+1, but he enjoyed the 5+1 more. Maybe the players can get together and make that a tournament.
Yeah, I mean, the format is good. It's just the brains, the processing isn't as fast as it once was. It needs an upgrade. Kind of hard to do that though for a human.
I know the feeling. And final question, Hikaru. Marcinasso asks whether you'll be more active over the board if you become world champion.
Very, very, very unlikely. Having said that, the landscape is very unclear currently. I think we have to wait and see what happens in 2026. I think there's supposed to be a pilot event or a test event for this total chess world championship, I think it is. So there's supposed to be a pilot tournament. Have to see how that goes. Have to see if there is a real tour in 2027. Have to see what happens with the Grand Chess Tour. I mean, there are a lot of different tours and things of that nature. So I don't really know right now. I don't see myself playing a lot of classical chess. But again, classical chess currently as it's defined could change. I think there's a very realistic possibility that, in a year or so, suddenly we're calling 45-minute chess classical chess. So the definitions are, it's kind of hard to know what the definition will be. If it remains the way it currently is with like 90 minutes or 2 hours, I don't really see myself playing that much classical chess. I mean, maybe a tournament here or there, but definitely not like the Grand Chess Tour or anything of that nature. So I think that more or less answers it. But if the total chess thing becomes a major thing, with the quicker games, there's a decent chance that I'll play those events.
Awesome. And Hikaru, that just leaves me to say many congratulations. Thanks for spending the time with us as well. And see you in London. The fans will be
awesome.
Very excited.
Yeah, have a good one, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the match.